All right, so this is my review of the Gauntlet golf course in Fredericksburg. It's really kind of just west of Fredericksburg, about 20 minutes west of Fredericksburg, Virginia. So this is a really nice course. I think it's a nice. It's in the middle of a park that's run by the county, but still it's a nice course. Nice clubhouse. So we're looking at the first tee box here. This is shot from the back tees, looking at the front white tees. Now this is a dogleg par 4. It's about 400 yards. So you're down about 200 yards down to the turn here on the straight away, and you're looking here at the 150 marker between the rows of trees. You can bring around to the left, and then you've got a downhill green. It's over that lip. It's a blind shot. And this is a very tricky shot. Most people are not used to hitting blind shots to greens. It's very tough. One of the few times you'll ever see this in your life. So you drop down the side of the hill there. You got about 100 yards from the top of that lip down to the green. And that green is surrounded by a drop off on the back and left. And there's a pot bunker in the front right-hand corner. And you have to be very careful to stay really kind of left and short coming up to that green. Let's see if we can look at the number 2 tee box here. And that has carry there. This is from the blue tees. It's got a short carry in front there. It's about 100, 150 yards. You go up to the top of the hill. That might be 200 yards up to the top of the hill. Decent shot, 250 will carry you down to the backside of that slope and leave you about 200 yards out from the green. Now the green crosses that little lip of the lake there where the waist is in front and doglegs to the left on about 120 yard shoot to the green. It's a round mesa green with a drop off from all the sides with the lake behind it. That's about a par 5 there, and that is an easy plus 3 or 4 hole. You have to be very careful there. The tricky thing about this is it's very easy to leave that ball in the waist or pull it left. Right around the side of the tree there behind the green, you can see a little bit of the lake, but there's a lot more to the left there behind those trees and also behind the green. So again, very tricky shot to actually get on that green, land it there and stick on that green and not go running off behind it. So this is number 3, which is about 175 yard par 3. Pretty straightforward. I've got a big sand trap that runs around the left half of the green, stops up there near the sand trap where that gap is next to that big tree. And the slope of the green is down to the from left back to front right, and that's a pretty straightforward shot there. You just have to make sure you don't run too far long behind the green because it runs into the trees there. So this is the number 4 tee box from the back, blue and black tees, which is across another finger of the lake. The white tees are on the right front ahead of that tree to the right. And both will take you down to this dogleg left. You've got that waist on the left there, which can grow anywhere from, I don't know, half a foot up to 4 or 5 feet, maybe even above your head. And that takes you back to another mesa green in the back there, which is really not that big a deal. This is number 5, which is a straightforward dogleg left with an uphill twist. So you have about a 200 yard shot here off that tee box landing there. And the people there are down in sort of a lower landing area cut right where the lake is. And then there's weeds and the marsh that comes up there. And this is a very tricky shot. From right about there, you're about 200 yards to the green, which is just up between those back 2 sand traps there, but far back. And it's a very enticing shot for people to try to go for that green from that lower cut there. But it is almost a suicide shot because it's very hard to get over that waist from down in that cut with a long club. And you almost always have to play to the center of the upper left-hand side of that fairway if you're going to play from down there. If you're going to go for that green, you really need to be back towards the back edge of that cut to get over those that waist, and that still makes it about 230 up to that green. And off to the left there, it just runs down to the woods. It's a very bad shot to take that green. So number 6 is about a 170 yard par 3 from the back tees. Pretty straightforward. The waist there runs about 2/3 of the way to the green. There's a pretty open area behind the green there to land if you go long, but you really don't want to be short under that tree on the right, and the green slopes down from left to right, going back towards the back of the green. Number 7 is a crescent right. You have an elevated tee box, hit over a short waist, go around to the left, around that sand trap there, and you've got another uphill blind shot to a green, which is about 100 yards back from the top of that loft there. A very tricky green to recover from if you go long on it, and there's a giant sand trap and pot bunker on the right side of that green. Really just kind of want to get out there and play that conservatively and take it to the green. So this is number 8. Number 8, I've skipped the tee shot, which is about 250 yards to the top of this hill, another uphill tee shot. Then you hit over that. You've got that waist into the green. From there is about 220, and that waist is going to be coming into play very strongly. This is number 9 tee shot. You're hitting here another blind uphill tee shot. You want to come over that straightaway, kind of keep it nice and centered there, drops down, runs around to the left a little bit, and the green is down in the back corner of this fairway. There's a lake to the left of that green. The green's a nice big lake though, not green, and slopes gently down to the back. And this is a fairly easy one. You really just kind of have to be careful not to pull your second shot, not to pull your tee shot off to the left side there. And pretty straightforward. So we have number 10 on the back. It's a long par 5 straightaway. It's over the top of the hill there in the back, and it does break to the right, and where you see the clear spot here in the center is the green. That green is a sort of kidney-shaped green, which tilts back to the back right, and it has a big lake and marsh on the right side, just past that sand trap on the right side there, which is a major, major nightmare if you go down over there. But if you go way to the right, past that marsh, you actually do have some landing space there to recover from. But you want to stay short and left on this. This is number 11. Going off an elevated tee, dogleg right. You have a straightforward 220-yard shot. Go around dogleg right, goes to a 175-yard shot to the green. Pretty straightforward. Number 12, par 3. About a 140 shot to that green with the big sand trap between the tee and the pin. And a steep drop off in the back right front corner. Yes, 13 is the par 5. That runs pretty much straight away again. Holes come up here, 2 of the easiest holes in the course. You have to be careful trying to bite off too much here. Take your 3 to get on. If you're in good shape, you'll be about 150 to 175 for that third shot. All right, so the 14th tee box is Crescent, par 4. The trick here is to get past the trees on the left without going up into the trees on the right. You catch that bounce off the slope on the right, just to the left of the car path, coming back into the. Then you have about maybe a 200 to 150 yard shot to the green. The green slopes down and away. You need to cross that big expanse of grass in front of the green, and also to miss the sand traps to the left without going long. Number 15 is a longish par 3 between 180 to 230 yards, depending on where they play from the whites or the. 16, which is the par 4 dogleg right. It's straight away about 250-yard shot down to an open landing area there, and you're going to take a sharp right-hand turn up to an elevated green here. And that green is a very nasty, naughty green to try to hit. It's wide and narrow from the fairway, and it's got a big old pot bunker right front-hand corner, which is going to be easy to get into. It's got very long grass behind there, and it's very easy to get stuck in that grass, try to chip into a green that runs from back to front. And you need to stay really on that green or left of that green, or away from that bunker. It's a nasty little shot. So this is the number 17 tee box. We've got about a 200-yard carry to cover that waist there and get into the sort of the front corner of that landing area there. The back is maybe 250, 275 to get out into the woods to the back. Not too bad. It's a little shorter than a full drive, but a little longer than a 3-iron from that shot. And then you're going to take a left turn, and go up to this elevated green. And this green here is a bare. You can barely see the actual green in the shot. Way up there, pins all the way up the top. It's about 160 from where we're standing right here. And it's the easiest thing in the world to do is try to hit an iron up there, miss the green slightly, have the ball bounce way off to the right and go into the woods. If you pull it a little bit left, it's going to bounce behind the green and either drop down left to the front or down left to the back. And then you have the same shot, maybe about half the shot, maybe a 100-yard shot up to the green again. And it's very easy to go up and down and pick up a lot of strokes there. This is the number 18 tee box. This is a fairly straightforward shot here, although with the elevation of the tee, you still have to be careful to hit the ball fairly straight, because it's very easy to spin it off and not have a good shot to the green, and the green is trouble enough as it is. Even if you land out there in the middle of that fairway, you're still looking at 175 to that green to the lower break, and then the upper break on the left side of that green is a solid 200 yards from the 150 marker to get back to that. And there's a big